I grew up trying to live my life according to stories I would tell later to crowds oohing and awing about how my wife and I got together, crying out how cute we were. See, Valentine's Day in middle school was my time to shine. As the rest of the boys probably forgot it was happening while I was at home baking delicious heart-shaped cookies and buying fresh flowers from the farmer's market. But in this battle of romance, they would have an edge on me because they could do something that I couldn't, and that was to touch a girl. I remember walking home with my girlfriend's friend having a conversation about kissing with me saying I wouldn't do it and her saying, not even a peck? Which made me confused. Should I be doing this? Because while my classmates were losing their virginities, I was at home going through my Bible reading Song of Solomon's. It's hard for me to get mad at my church or family because I was never taught purity of tongues explicitly, but I read it between the lines. Between the lines of my father's forehead wrinkles and between the lines of my Sunday school journal entries. And I guess that's just the bubble I lived in, insulated even further because my school friends followed suit, even without the religious pressures that I had, and that bubble grew so hot, cooking up these contorted images of girls and sexuality, with television like fuel on a fire, showing girls as a commodity to acquire, as a battle to win, as if no girls really wanted boys to admire, as if sex was something they reluctantly gave into to your clever conspires. And that was a notch under your belt, a barrel in your holster. Well, for her, it was a noose on her neck, as they called her a hoe. Sir, please get me out of this bubble. But the bubble was too thick to be popped, so I settled for a slow diffusion. And the most unhealthy part was the part not talked about so much. The viruses festering under the heat of my bubble, infecting my mind, the part people couldn't quantify. See, my thoughts are my own. The part that... Oh, my bad. And so I'm embraced into the Christian camp as a good boy and rejected from the world as a prude without the prudency to explain my true allegiance. And so I became a double agent, split into two lives while really living none, stuck in a limbo between guilt and pleasure, between reality and fantasy. But that isolation was no real training, and so as I got to the edge of my bubble, my insecurities and lack of confidence were just as prevalent as ever, traveling around, spending all day alone with my girlfriend, but quailing at the thought of grabbing her hand for hours as we made our way home. And so I poured my entire soul into relationships while leaving my body behind, as if I was making a horcrux of my lover. Pop! I'm finally out. I've wrenched myself free of my chains, scraping the metal off my arms, but in the process scraping off my emotions. See, right now, I don't think I can take a relationship. I need to piece myself together first, but this time I want to build in all aspects of love. And so I must learn what I don't know, and that means experimenting. It means dealing with being shamed and not understanding how to explain yourself. It means somebody might get hurt because I'm clumsy, but I'm just learning and I'm trying to be as careful as I can. But some experiments go wrong, and I'm praying that I don't go too far, that I don't leave my chemicals unattended because I still have my beliefs, and that they are that the best results come from the right mixture of everything. And hopefully when I do settle my chemistry, I don't blow too many bubbles for my kids.